save yourself a little bit of money, and do this very easy maintenance practice on your own. It's important, but it's simple, and you can get it done in about 30 minutes with very few products. So let's get the gear oil changed on my Evinrude engine. Don't mess around with this. Replacing a lower unit is very expensive. Trust me, I found out the hard way. So I am very careful these days about making sure I change my gear oil on a regular basis. Now, I'm not quite sure what the manufacturer recommends. However, I had my gear oil changed at the end of last boating season by a shop that I had do a 300-hour service on my Evinrude Etec engine. I have been using my boat now for about 3 months, and I want to change the gear oil. So this is a very simple procedure. It doesn't take you long to do it, and you don't need a lot of parts or tools to do it, and it is very inexpensive to do on your own. So I'm going to show you how to do it. First, let's talk about what you're going to need to get this done. This is a very basic, simple procedure you're going to do. And all you're going to need is either some Allen keys to take the plug out, or some motors also have a common flathead screwdriver. You will need some sort of catch basin to catch the oil in. I like to use these painter's trays. You can get them at your local Home Depot or Lowe's or hardware store. And a rag to do some wiping up when you have the oil dripping down the motor. And what you need for the plugs themselves are these little washers. These are the seals that you are going to replace when you pull the plug out to install the motor. And of course, you need the oil itself. This is a kit that I buy off Amazon. I'm going to put a link in the comments and description of this video, so you can click on it and it'll bring you right to Amazon, where you can buy this oil and also these little washers that you need. This oil is a great kit. This is what it recommends for my Evinrude engine, and it comes with the oil itself, and it also comes with this handy little pump. So I'm going to show you how to use this and how simple it is to change your gear oil. So let's get started. The very first thing that you are going to want to do is to put your motor in a vertical position. So drop the motor down and get it so it is almost straight up and down. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's the position you're going to want it to be in. Next, you're going to take your Allen keys, find the one that's the correct size, and loosen the drain plugs that are on the motor. Now, there are the lower unit, there are two drain plugs there. One is on the bottom, one is on the top. The one you want to take out first is the top one. That's going to allow air into your lower unit, so when you undo the bottom one, the oil is going to be able to drain out. When you take the first plug out, and also you're going to do the same thing on the second plug, take a look at the plug. It has a magnet on the end of it, and you want to see if there is a bunch of metal collected on that magnet. If there is, that could be an indication that you have a problem going on in your lower unit, and your gears are kind of eating themselves up and they're shaving metal off them. Now, a little bit of metal is common, but if you have a bunch of big fragments in there, you definitely want to take it to a mechanic and have them look at it. Now that you've got that top plug out and you've inspected it, the thing to do is to put that pan underneath your lower unit and take your bottom plug out. That is going to let all your oil drain into that pan. While you're draining the oil, this is a good time to take both of your plugs, clean them off, and also put that new fiber washer on there, which is going to be a new seal when you put these plugs back in the motor again. I have heard of people reusing them, but I prefer not to, because I do everything I can to keep water from getting into my lower unit, which can destroy it. So new seals for me are 100% every time. Speaking of water getting into your engine or into your lower unit, you want to inspect the oil that you're going to be taking out of the lower unit. One way to do that is to just leave it in the pan that you drain it in. I have also taken it and poured it into clear mason jars just to see if there is any water that separates out of it. Now, if the oil is milky or cloudy looking, or you actually see droplets of water in the oil, then that could mean that you've got a problem and a leaky seal somewhere in your lower unit, and you should definitely get it checked out as soon as possible from a mechanic, because you want to get those seals replaced so you don't keep letting water into your lower unit, which is going to push out the oil, rust your gears, and cause problems where you're going to have big, expensive problems to fix. So you don't want that to happen. Now that you've got the oil drained out of your lower unit, this is when you're going to take this handy kit that you got from Amazon. And remember, check the comments in the description because I will post the links there where you can go and buy this oil. But you're going to take that kit and you're going to put the pump into the top of the oil can. And then you're going to screw the other end into the bottom one of the drain ports. So you screw it in there, it'll fit a little snug. It doesn't need to be cranked in really tight. Now you're ready to fill the oil up. So what you want to do is you want to just start pumping that pump that you have. Pump it slow because you don't want to push a bunch of air in there and jam a bunch of oil in there real fast. You want it, pump it slow and keep it start filling up, and it's going to start filling up your gear case. Now what I like to do is I like to now put the top plug back in and don't tighten it all the way. Leave it just barely in there loose so it can be tightened rapidly. And I will keep pumping that gear oil and pumping that gear oil, pushing the oil into the gear case until you see the oil start to come out that hole in the top where that plug is. Once you've got oil coming out that hole in the top, you know that your gearbox is now full of oil. What you're going to want to do is take your Allen wrench and tighten that top plug up so it is snug and closed. That's going to help you when you go to put the bottom plug in, because it acts like if you've ever held your thumb over top of a straw before and pulled it out of soda, you know that the soda won't drip out of there until you take your thumb off and then the soda falls out. It's going to act the same principle. It creates sort of like a suction there to help to keep your oil from draining out. So what you're going to do next is a little bit tricky and it's going to be a little messy, but you're going to disconnect that oil pump, put your thumb over the hole, get your other oil plug ready, and then pull your thumb away, put that plug in and get it threaded in there as far as you can by hand, and then use your Allen wrench to tighten it up. Once you've got it all tight, you can wipe your lower unit down, discard of your oil like you're supposed to, and you are all done. You've done it. You've changed the oil in your lower unit. Very simple, easy process. You can get it done in less than about 30 minutes or so and get you back out on the water and having a good time with your boat and saving some money from bringing it to a mechanic to have them do it for you. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you out. Do me a favor, if you're going to change your oil, check the comments and description and look for those Amazon links and go buy that oil off of Amazon. Doesn't cost you any more, doesn't cost you any less, but it does give me a little bit of a commission from Amazon, and it helps me make content like this to help you out and help other people out as much as I can. So again, thank you for watching. Good luck with this project. I hope you get it done successfully. If you have any suggestions for me, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, I wish you nothing but tight lines and short blood trails. See you on the next one.